Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's See What Happens. I am the world's address, and today I am joined by a very special guest, Dingo.
Hello.
And today we're going to be playing Camp W. It's a brand new game, just came out about 2 days ago. And, yeah, let's see what happens. So, here we go with a new game. And you get to choose between being a little boy and a little girl, and I already know the answer to the question, but I'm going to let Dingo pick what we're going to be. Go ahead.
A little boy.
Oh, that's not exactly what I was thinking. Okay, cool. We'll be Lysander. Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. Are you ready to start? Yes.
Yes.
Welcome to Coventry. Now, Camp W is a game about a wayward witch, or I guess in our case, warlock, who has accidentally gone to a human summer camp. And they are trying to practice magic in secret and stuff like that, all while hiding their witch or warlockness.
Cool.
Oh, there's a three-eyed dog in that doghouse. It's a warg. That's why. Oh, I love the art style already. It's the last day of the school year at Coventry Middle School, home of the Brewers. Go Brewers! As I was saying, it's the last day of school here in Coventry, capital city of the witching realm. Where the that's misspelled, that's okay. Where the powerful witches living here cast into a secret separate realm for their own safe... Oh, I'm sorry. I misread that. Were the powerful witches living here cast into a secret separate realm for their own safety? Or for the safety of the humans they once lived amongst? Who's to say? Well, as the narrator, I guess I'm to say. But I'm not telling you just yet. This is only the beginning of the story. That comes toward... Can I get like 2 seconds to set this up without another interruption? Okay? Sheesh. Today, Coventry's magical middle school is abuzz with young witches and warlocks, sorcerers and spellcasters, eager to begin their summer vacation, finally free from the shackles of education. And how do the young witches of Coventry Middle School spend their summers? Why, at Witch Summer Camp, of course. A wondrous place where sorcerer legends are told over purple campfires, spell pranks are cast, and lasting friendships are formed.
Purple.
Yeah, purple campfires. You can actually buy, it looks like dust, but it's dust with different types of metal shavings in it that you can throw into a fire and it'll change the color.
Cool.
To like green and blue and stuff like that while it all burns off. It's really, really neat stuff. It's like, not magnesium, but different little metal shavings react differently in fire, so when you toss them in there, it gives a big poof up of fire, and then it like is a whole bunch of different colors. I'll show you a video of it later.
Okay.
Cool. It's a rite of passage for all witches. All except one witch, that is. You, Lie. Instead of getting to spend your summer bedazzling cauldrons and playing ogre ball, you get to stay home and practice your spells. Like you do every year. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
A famous witch once said, "Practice makes potion." That famous witch is your mom. One day you may just be the realm's next best potion crafter, if you can keep up with your mother's high standards. No pressure or anything. I like his little face down in the corner. Hey, that's me. It's Lysander. Okay. Resume, I guess. There we go. The other kids emerge in gaggles and clicks and bolt down the steps of the school, laughing as they rush into their summer vacations at light speed. But not you. You may have just finished the 7th grade, But today your apathy is operating at a 10th grade level. As far as your witch of a mother, Mila?
I think it's Mia.
Well, Mia would be M-I-A with no L, so I think Mila.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, that's what you said? Sorry. As far as your witch of a mother, Mila, is concerned, you haven't earned the right to relax. You barely got by with B's at school this year. I did very bad in school. My parents would have been ecstatic if I had gotten B's. So this summer, like every other summer, will be spent getting ahead in your alchemy studies. As you cross the courtyard, a tiny orange squirrel dive bombs down from a tree overhead and lands in your hands. Ooh. Oh, I gotta give a voice to him. A squeak? Well, he's fat. I don't think he's gonna have a squeaky voice. He's a big chunker. He's like Sterling. Let's go with, Hey! Why so glum? What? Did you sit on your wand again? Nugget, my familiar. Small squirrel, big heart, even bigger attitude. Oh, could you just click on this thing? Mm-hmm. If you soaked a half-pound of fluff in distilled sass extract, and then cast a spell bringing it to life, you'd have Nugget. You know why, Nugget? Every year my classmates go off to summer camp, and every year Mom makes me stay home and practice my craft. Look on the bright side. Every year you get to spend summer with me. When I think about it, I feel sorry for all those other kids and their nuggetless summers. Anyway, Gadgie is waiting on us to hit up the orchard on the edge of town so she can make some of her famous summer brandy wine. You know I can't carry all those pilfered fruits on my own. Nugget has been the family familiar for 3 generations, passed down from your grandmother, Gadgie, to your mother, Mila, and finally to you. I don't want to say that Nugget is old, but he's still sore over not getting credit for the invention of peanut butter. Running will only get me home faster. Why rush? Mom is just going to ambush me with her yearly summer study plan as soon as I walk through the door. Her standards are impossible to meet. Everyone else goes off and has fun together all summer while I'm inside for 2 months picking the eyes out of dead frogs. Living with Mia can be a trial. If anyone knows that, it's me, but I survived, and so will you. You can't let one witch with a broomstick up her butt ruin your whole summer. And you gotta admit, her potion-making skills can be quite useful. She hooked me up with a slimming serum, and I must say, I am looking good.
And fat.
Nugget strikes a pose that shows off his, figure. He looks like an orange grew a head and tail, but go with it.
I'm better on my own.
I'm better on my own?
Yeah, he's not very useful.
What, Nugget?
Yeah.
No, yeah, he is. I've definitely seen some stuff where he's how you communicate later, so I'm gonna go with I'll show you looking good. Nugget is definitely useful. He's your familiar. So, you think you look good? Check this out. You hold Nugget out in front of you and spin in a circle, displaying the interesting outfit you put together this morning. Nugget clutches your hands as the centrifugal force, I guess, nearly sends him flying. And I put it all together myself. Don't take this the wrong way, but I might be sick. Sick from the spinning, that is. Great outfit, though. Runway caliber stuff, really. I'm just saying you might want to open your eyes next time you're picking out an outfit. I kid because I love. In no time at all, Coventry Middle School is a ghost town. Everyone is probably picking out their bunks by now. Let's get home. I'm sure it won't be as bad as you think. And when it's actually worse, you can stay in and do my lesson plans while I sneak out into town. When you arrive at home, the whole house is buzzing with activity. Ooh, I like their Venus flytraps.
Yeah.
And their cauldron with a...
Yeah, and there's like some
with a
books
doodad
up
there.
in the
Yeah, spell books, and all kinds of fun stuff. Cool. As you and Nugget walk into the kitchen, workers whiz out past you, hustling cameras and lighting equipment out of the room. Looks like your mom is wrapping up the new season of her show taping for Potion TV. For someone who insists she doesn't even watch television, she sure is on a lot of it. At least she should be distracted enough that we can grab a snack and get out of here without her noticing. You try and keep a low profile by ducking behind a costume rack while Nugget raids the fridge, but a pesky production assistant comes by and rolls it away, leaving you exposed. You're home early. Oh, whoops. It's not your mom. It's her mom, your grandmother, Gadgie. Everyone calls her Gadgie because when you were little you couldn't pronounce Gadwina Doodlefina, a weird name even by witch standards. I did the wrong voice for her, so I'm gonna have to do a different one now. Oh, I thought your sister was in here for a minute. Guess not. If they're just going to let everyone out early on the last day of school, why even have it at all? Da-da-da! Boo! Gadgie, the best hugger in Coventry. Aw, that's adorable. Right? That's what I'm saying. But then you wouldn't emerge into a beautifully sunny summer day. Starting your vacation at the end of the day would be so anticlimactic. I think this way is much better. Perhaps the school district should stick to teaching and leave the poetic send-offs to someone else. Oh. Hi, Mom. So much for going unnoticed. Ooh. My mom, the super witch, and her mom, the best hugger in Coventry. Oh, that's cute the way they did that. I like that. Also, I like how you can like flip the pages and it shows like this magical sparkle when you get close to the edge. Super fun. Bloop. But since you're home early, I can use this soundboard before it gets packed up for the day. Mila reaches down and presses a button. A loud fart noise resonates through the room. Oops, wrong button. Why do we even have that button? Mila pushes another button. Ominous, suspenseful music begins to play. Mila's eyes lock onto you, and in her best game show voice she says, "Lie, are you ready to test your potion crafting skills?" Pop quiz on the first day of summer. I think you've set some sort of new record, Mila. Oh, lighten up. It's just a little game. I won't apologize for trying to make learning fun. Apparently your Gadgie would like to see you lay around all summer like a lump. That or she just loves me. One or the other, but who can tell? Love is looking out for your future by pushing you to be the best you can be. Are you sure you're not confusing love with military school? If I let you fall behind on your studies, that wouldn't be love at all. Then we'd all be just a bunch of dull humans. Don't fill the poor child's head with this nonsense about humans. They're not dull, they're just not witches. Or our craft makes us different, but it doesn't make us better. Now it's Mila getting the lecture, and it clearly isn't sitting well. If your mother really wants to teach you something, she should give a lesson in epic eye rolls, which she is masterful at. I don't get it, Lai. When you were younger, I couldn't keep you away from my garden, picking herbs and inventing little potions of your own. I saw myself in you, always excited to learn. It was so adorable. But as soon as you hit middle school, you apparently got way too cool for your family, and your grimoire hasn't seen a new recipe written in it in ages. What happened to that little witch I used to know? Mila, you can drop the dramatics. The cameras already got packed up. Snap. Nobody wants to be a little witch forever. Lai, if you want a break, I say you take one. We'll be here for you whenever you need us. Hedgie gives you an extra long hug. But when she lets you go, Mila is still there, arms crossed, waiting for you to step up to her challenge. You know that even if you put it off, she won't let this go. It's like this every summer. Fine. Let's just get on with it already. Mila holds her hands apart in front of her and quietly recites a short spell. As sudden thunder pierces night, as magic wonder wild of fright, as witches see the second sight, I call the moon to show her light. The light overhead changes position and points directly at the cauldron in the center of the room, which is already bubbling and smoldering. I've arranged a little experiment using ingredients left over from today's shoot. The potion in front of you is nearly complete. It only needs one additional ingredient to be finished. Any witch worth their weight in woodbine should be able to tell what it is, and what it needs. So, are you up to the challenge? 3 ingredients sit on the counter in front of you. You carefully examine the bubbling cauldron. A slightly sweet smell wafts out from it, but you're not entirely sure what exactly it smells like. Your mind has drawn a complete blank. All you can think of is the summer sun shining down on happy kids as they arrive at camp. It could be a health potion, which would need spit of newt. But it could also be a sleeping potion, awaiting velvet leaf extract. Or maybe it's a love potion, missing its tears of the forlorn. But you're not really sure. Love potion, sleeping potion, or health potion. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo? Okay.
Maybe it could be...
What do you think, Dingo?
Maybe the middle one?
The middle one is the...
Sleeping potion?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so it's Tears of the Forlorn, Velvet Leaf Extract, Spit of Newt. So, you think it's a sleeping potion?
Maybe.
Yeah, alright. We'll choose this one. Boop. Based on the smell, you figure this is meant to be a sleeping potion. You reach for a bottle of amber velvet leaf extract, which Gadgie makes herself from the yellow petals of the velvet leaf plant's flowers. You add just a few drops and step back. The pot roils and belches, but the bubbling quickly subsides and the contents of the cauldron goes cool and still. After a moment, Mila reaches out as if to dip her hand into the pot, but she cannot. In just seconds, the boiling potion has turned ice cold. It's hard as a rock and frozen in place. Oh, I think we chose poorly. Wrong one. This is going to take a pickaxe to clean out. Didn't you get 10 more cauldrons like that through your last endorsement deal? You know that's not the point. Cauldrons come and go, but you only get one chance to make your mark on this world. All a witch has is their ability to cast spells and create potions. This was supposed to be a pot of calm water, which is pretty much a Potions 101 recipe.
How does your grandma do that with her hands?
She's like this. Just like right here are her elbows, so it's down. And then just like her fingers are just like super duper long. That's all.
It doesn't look comfortable.
It does not look comfortable, actually. You are correct. What do they even teach at that school? This old chestnut again. You shrug your shoulders as your mother lays the same lecture on you as she does every year. It's mostly dodgeball. All right. I think we've quizzed enough for today. Lai, why don't you and Nugget take a walk and cool down a bit? It's beautiful outside. I need to get started on a celebratory summer feast. Maybe you'd like to pick some flowers for a centerpiece? Anything to be out of here. As you make your way into the quiet woods of Coventry, your house recedes into the background. A thick layer of leafy cover creates a shady path to walk among trees. Wow. I know, right? I'm really digging the art. Like, the art style is really, really cool. Can you believe her? Who gives their kid a pop quiz on the last day of school? That was pretty rough. I wouldn't worry too much about it, though. Gadgie has your back. There's a woman who really appreciates the sanctity of summer. It's not just about today, it's all the time. I thought that once Mom got really busy with her talk show, her line of beauty products, and the subscription potion delivery box she just launched, that she'd be busy enough to leave me alone. Apparently not, though. Beneath your feet, you follow a path down a trail you've walked with Gadgie on many summer afternoons like this. All my life, I've been doing what she wants me to do. I want to forge my own path, make my own friends. You stop in your tracks, turn 90 degrees, and start heading in a new direction, just like that. And immediately the sky grows a little darker, and the woods get a little quieter. Watch out, world. It's my time. Nugget eyes the shadows in the distance and decides to hop up onto your shoulder. At least it is until it's dinner time. That's my time. As you walk, you see a big mushroom growing on top of a dead old root. You decide that its shape and color look enough like your mother that it's no longer welcome in these woods. You step up, tee off, and kick it towards a big pile of leaves a few yards in front of you. Your aim is right on point, but before you can be too impressed with your budding sports skills, you're surprised to see the shroom bounce right back out of the pile and land at your feet. Did you see that, Nugget? Your fine kicking form? I did. You really showed that mushroom who's boss. But if you mean that odd bounce, I've dived into my fair share of leaf piles, and that's not how they usually work. You hesitantly approach the pile and realize it's definitely not a normal formation. The whole thing is held together with fine silk, almost invisible unless looked at from the exact right angle. Ooh, that means a spider. A spider.
Spider.
Who put this here? Possibly the world's sneakiest spider. This isn't the best disguise. If someone were trying to hide something out here, I wonder why they wouldn't use an obscuring spell to cover it up. I suppose that if you wanted to hide something from another magic user, you might want to do it the old-fashioned way, so they couldn't sense it. You can't really counter a pile of leaves with a magic spell. But maybe it's just not that important. I guess they won't mind us checking it out then.
Or maybe a human put that there.
Or maybe a human put that there, yeah. Some things are best left before Nugget can dispense too much wisdom. You tug on the silk string and it snaps. Twigs and leaves fall to the ground, uncovering an old stone altar. Ooh, neat. A pile of rocks sits in front of you, carefully stacked into a beautiful little table. Moss cascades down the sides, as if it has been part of these woods for a long time. Ancient antlers adorn the top, old beads and amulets hung from its points. On the surface of the table, among some melted candles, are 3 objects. It smells smoky, as if freshly burnt. Some sort of offering? Looks more like a raccoon's yard sale. Either way, we shouldn't touch it. Maybe not. But at least I have a very nimble lookout who can tell me if anyone is coming. Yeah, fine, but please be careful. If you touch anything, there's some hand sanitizer in your bag. Nugget sighs, collects himself, and then takes off scurrying up a nearby tree. In front of you sits a lock of hair, a small purple flower, and a gold locket.
Let's check the locket.
Which item would you like to examine? So you want to do the locket?
Yeah.
You don't like the purple flower? The hair is weird. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Okay. Locket it is.
Yeah.
The locket is small and delicate, with ornate carving on the outer gold shell. It has a clasp, but is already slightly open when you find it, so you open it up the rest of the way. When you look inside, you see that one half has a faded photo cut out in it, while the other is empty. Based on the yellow patina of the photo, you guess that it's very, very old. The face in the photo is that of a beautiful young woman with some outrageous earrings. As you stare into her eyes, you're taken over by a crazy idea. She actually looks, well, a lot like me. Nugget comes down from the trees to get a look. He sticks his little nose right up to the locket and examines it. I can see where you're coming from. She really does. Is that the excuse you're going to use when you pocket someone else's locket? I wasn't going to steal it. I was just going to take it home to show Gadgie. You know she'd get a kick out of this, and maybe she could help me find the owner with a tracer spell. A slightly better excuse, but just slightly. You look over your shoulder, but the forest around you is still and quiet as you slide the little locket into a secret pocket in your bag. It shouldn't be out here alone. I'm going to take good care of it. We wouldn't want it to get stolen. Which item would you like to examine? The flower now?
Sure, and then the lock of hair.
And then the lock of hair, yeah, because the lock of hair just like laying there is a little weird.
Yeah.
A small purple flower sits at the center of the display. It's star-shaped, with a faint amber glow at its center. While it looks delicate, with long, thin petals, the edges of each petal are razor-sharp. It's not a bloom that you're familiar with. You hold it to your nose, but don't pick up any specific fragrance. Hey, Nugget, you ever see a flower like this? Am I supposed to be keeping watch, or am I supposed to be helping you solve mysteries? Squirrels, right? As you turn the flower in your hand, one of the sharp edges catches your fingertip. Ouch! A single drop of blood falls from your finger onto the stone surface below. It sizzles and pops.
That's weird.
That is weird.
It should just,
Just go bloop.
Yeah.
Well, magic, so... You hold your hand out to feel for warmth, but it's totally cool. When you look at your fingertip, it didn't even leave a mark. While this sounds very spooky, you're a witch after all. In this realm, it's actually not that weird. So you just shrug it off. See? Magic. I suppose if this flower was important, they wouldn't have left it in the woods. Besides, I'm sure they can just grow more. You place the flower into your bag, careful not to catch it on your finger again. Which item? The lock of hair. You gently lift the lock of hair off the stone surface. A ribbon is wrapped around it, but it might not even need that because it seems to be held together with some kind of wax or pomade. The end is charred, and as you put it close to your nose, you determine this is definitely the source of that smoky smell, in addition to a leathery musk. Smells a bit like an old man, the kind who might have a pipe around in the air while telling stories that start with, "Back in my day." Once you've gotten a good look, you set it down and wipe your fingers off on a leaf. Having looked at everything on the altar, you stand in the woods and contemplate what it all might mean. Now that you've fully desecrated someone else's altar and taken their things, maybe we should think about heading home. What's the big rush? Maybe while we're here I should cast a spell that finally frees me from another homeschooled summer. You couldn't even concoct a cauldron of calm water. I don't think you've got the chops to manipulate time and space. A2 squirrel. No one in this family respects me, not even a little. You're in middle school. The only people who respect you are in elementary school. For every other kid, this is supposed to be the best day of the year, next to Witchmas. But no, not for Lie. As you shout, leaves begin to swirl around your feet. Spend your whole life studying so that you can be the greatest witch in the realm, and for what? To boss your kids around someday? To get your face printed on a billboard so everyone knows how great you are? That's not the type of witch I ever want to be. I want to get out of here and become my own witch. Hey, kiddo, you really gotta chill. This is probably not the place to... In a fit of rage, you slam your fist down on the altar, and as you do, energy radiates outward throughout the woods, shaking every tree around you.
Wow.
Yeah. The altar shocks you and sends you backwards. You slam against a tree, and your vision goes black. Bum, bum, bum. Psst. When you open your eyes, a beautiful, shimmering portal stands open before you, crackling with an immense power. Are you seeing this? You mean that hole in the fabric of our reality, or that funny-looking caterpillar over there? Of course I'm seeing this! We gotta go, now. This is not good. This is very bad. Shh! As if looking out a window, you can see another scene beyond, through the portal in front of you. On the other side are woods, much like the ones around you, but filled with different trees, plants, and flowers. You stare through, waiting for something to happen, but nothing does. As you extend your hand, you can feel a warmth coming through, while the forest around you has grown cold. It seems much nicer on the other side. It's lush and green and glowing. Oh, you better definitely use the hand sanitizer after that. I need to know what this is. But do you, though? You take a deep breath and... Could you not? But you do. You reach through the portal and hold out your open hand. A beam of sunlight lands in your palm. I have a really good feeling about this. Famous last words. You should be terrified, but the warmth just feels so nice, it makes it easy to forget. You stand and soak in the feeling. Suddenly you're much happier than you were a moment ago. But when you try to pull your hand out, it's stuck. You plant your feet firmly and pull back, but it won't give. You pull harder, and this time, something pulls back. Nugget! It won't let go! Nugget hops down and pulls at your leg, but to no effect. The portal swirls faster and yanks you right off your feet and through, head first, squirrel companion and all. Open your eyes. You're gonna want to see this. Ooh. You come to in a beautiful forest, the likes of which you've never seen before, except maybe in a picture book. So it's gonna be one of those kinds of adventures, eh? The ones punctuated by head injuries? You brush off Nugget's remark, as well as some dirt from your fall, and collect yourself as you get back to your feet. Hey, no, don't go, little portal! Around you, oh look, butterflies!
Woo.
Around you is a serene, woodsy scene. Birds chirp and a warm breeze blows by you. Awesome. Not awesome. A portal home would be awesome. Do you see a portal home? I don't see a portal home. I didn't pack for a trip. Please tell me you brought food. Oh, why didn't I stop you? You dig around in your bag and find a lanyard with a safety whistle tied to it that your mother gave you once. Technically, I think this counts as an emergency, although normally emergencies aren't so warm and serene. Not sure this is what Mom meant, but... You tie the lanyard around a tree branch and leave the whistle dangling over the spot on which you arrived. I don't think you're using that right.
No.
This way we'll know where that portal was. I'm sure we can figure out how to open it later. Now you're some kind of a survivalist. Psh. Nugget scurries into your bag and closes it behind him. It hums with the vibrations of a tiny squirrel shaken up by bad decisions. Ouch! You could have given me some warning that you stuck that weirdly sharp altar flower in here. Speaking of the altar, there's no sign of it or anything else that resembles the witching realm in any way. You know, once you get over the whole foreign environment full of unknown dangers thing, this place is actually quite pleasant. We're supposed to be on a walk anyhow. Might as well explore a bit, right? A string of unintelligible muttering leaks out of your bag. You close a zipper to quiet it and begin your walk towards the edge of the forest where you see a nearby clearing. The woods open up and reveal a quaint little grouping of cabins, soaking up the daylight not too far away. And you know what? This is a perfect spot to stop. What do you think so far, kiddo?
It's awesome and mysterious.
Glad you like it. I think it's fun.
I wonder who made that altar.
I know. I do too. But I hope we're gonna find out. We should. I think we'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. But that is gonna do it for this episode, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. I really appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy day to drop in and see what I'm up to. Really appreciate Dingo taking time out of her busy day to join me on this video.
You're welcome.
Awesome. But yeah, thank you guys so much. You're all the best, and as always, I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.